Well, good evening, Everstrong family. Happy Tuesday, March the 10th. I hope you all have had a wonderful, blessed last couple of days while I was on my Sabbath. Once again, we're gathered together for the reading of God's Word, and tonight we will examine Genesis chapter 7. Now, as we know, in chapter 6, God saw that the earth was utterly wicked aside from Noah and his family. So he gave Noah the command, you need to build a boat because I'm about to flood the earth. Well, here in chapter 7, Noah completes that task and God is now flooding the earth. So the verse that we're going to look at tonight is chapter 7, verse 5. It's a very small verse. I think it's often overlooked, but it's extremely powerful. And what we're going to do to understand the importance of this verse is we're going to do something a little different tonight. We're going to go back to chapter 6 and look at 3 more verses to understand the context and, once again, the power of this verse. So once again, chapter 7, verse 5, let's begin. So Noah did everything as the Lord had commanded him. That's it. That's all. That's the verse that we're taking from chapter 7. God gave an order and Noah followed it. Noah was living in close communion with God. So when God gave him orders, he listened, he obeyed because he loved the Lord and he wanted to serve him. So was this an easy task is the real question. No, no, not at all. And to understand the context and value of that verse, let us now go ahead and go back to chapter 6, verse 14 through 16. God is speaking here. Build a large boat from cypress wood and waterproof it with tar, inside and out. Then construct decks and stalls throughout its interior. Make the boat 450 feet long, 75 feet wide, and 45 feet high. Leave an 18-inch opening below the roof all the way around the boat. Put the door on the side and build 3 decks inside the boat, lower, middle, and upper. So first of all, let's get the obvious out of the way. Noah was 600 years old at the time of completion. So he was old. Secondly, this was a massive undertaking by Noah and his family. You need to understand, this was potentially the largest man-made structure in humankind at this time in history. This is a huge deal. But also, let's understand one other thing that I think makes that verse, chapter 7, verse 5, overlooked. Was this an easy task by the physical straits? No, not at all. It was a very difficult one. But what about the morals of it? You know for a fact that he was probably ridiculed on a daily basis by his friends and neighbors. Whether they were living in fellowship with God or their gods or whatever, they were probably making fun of the fact that this man is building this ridiculously sized boat in the middle of nowhere, possibly. Why is that important? It's this simple. When God gives us a task, no matter how much ridicule we may receive from man, it doesn't matter. Unfortunately, man, sin, wickedness in this world is going to try and choke out our faith. But if God gives us a task, we need to obey him because he has a reason for that